It's been a little while since I've made a video highlighting some of the crazy shit on the anti-work subreddit, so I picked out a few stories that I thought were worth mentioning, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on them. So getting right into it, the title of this first post is "My manager got mad because I didn't want to work for $2 an hour on my day off." So as you can see, this guy is a waiter, he gets paid $2 an hour plus tips. His manager asked him to come in to do side work, and he's not gonna wait tables, so he doesn't get tips. He asks how much he's gonna get paid. She says $2. He told her that that's not legal. But of course the manager's like, oh, me and a co-manager have done it in the past. So of course it's justified. We made $2 an hour at one point, so now it's your turn to make only $2 an hour. You're lucky we aren't paying you 2 cents an hour. You should be fucking grateful for this shit. Now get the fuck to work. This person here unfortunately decided to put in his 2 weeks from this fine establishment. I can't believe this guy would pass up an opportunity to work for $2 an hour, but I know, that's just me, to each their own. But seriously, no, I'm very happy that this guy put in his 2 weeks, because fuck that. I don't care where I work. I am not working for $2 a goddamn hour. You work an 8-hour shift, that's $16 in a day. You'd be lucky if you can afford like a large pizza from Pizza Hut right now with that fucking money. I also just don't understand how a manager can expect their employee to come in and work for $2 an hour. It makes no fucking sense. How much of a big brain do you have to fucking realize, like, hey, $2 an hour, he's probably not gonna want to come in to work for some shit money like that. I don't know how managers think. It's whenever you become a manager, you just, all logical thinking just goes out the fucking door. But anyway, good on this guy for getting out of that shitty environment, and hopefully he's on to bigger and better things, like making about $2.50, $3 an hour now at some other place. This next post here was a bit odd to read. The title is, "Boss Proudly Proclaims We Are a Living Wage Employer." They say that they work with at-risk people who are abused, deal with suicidal people, and people on drugs, and they're only making $15.50 an hour doing this job. That is fucking insane. If I'm dealing with people like that, and I'm in charge of like caring for these people, I would expect to get paid a lot more than $15.50 an hour. You can go to a fucking Walmart and probably get paid that. Another thing that got my attention here was that the boss is the only person there that is allowed to work over 30 hours per week. She actually doesn't allow anyone but herself to work that amount per week, which is kind of weird to read. I don't know how that all works out, especially if you're supposed to be caring for people. That's pretty fucked in my opinion. The other thing here is how they announced that they are just becoming a living wage employer. Like, what the fuck is that? I've never heard of some crazy shit like that. But just imagine being in that meeting. Hey guys, big announcement. We are now able to pay you a decent salary so you don't fucking die of starvation. That feels fantastic to hear in that meeting, I'm sure. Man, that is very, very sad to hear. I never ever thought a business could start out as not being able to be a living wage provider for their employees. That seems really fucking sketchy, but apparently it exists. Well, actually, I should take that back, because there's a lot of places that don't know how to pay a living wage to most people. Moving on to the next post, we have a picture rather than a story, and the title is, "I know nothing about this place other than that I call bullshit on making jokes about paying employees." So the sign here is for Love Lux. It's a handbag store. As you can see, it says we're hiring $100 an hour, and then in this shitty pink faded text, it says, "Just kidding, made you look. Come in and apply. Coolest place to work around town." No, not really. It actually sounds like one of the shittiest places to work around town, especially when you're posting signs like this stating that you pay $100 an hour when you're really just trolling. You probably sell $300 handbags, but you damn well aren't paying $100 an hour. Now, I understand, I get it. Places like this are not going to pay their employees $100 an hour, but you have to realize that they took the time to troll people who are looking for a job by putting this sign out, because they know people are going to read it. And I guarantee you there are people that are going to actually think that this place is paying $100 an hour. People are going to read over that. They're just going to read the bold shit, and then they're going to skim right over that pink text there, and they're going to come in, they're going to apply, they're going to sit down, and they're going to be like, "Oh, sorry, we're actually going to pay you $2 an hour." And they're going to be like, "What the fuck? Your sign says $100 an hour." I guarantee you there are people that are going to overlook that. It does happen. It happens a lot. There are people that walk into stores and look for a product, they look at the sign, and then they go up to the associate and tell them they want it, and then the associate's like, "No, it's out of stock." The customer will go back to the sign, look at it, and be like, "Oh, I guess it is out of stock," even though it says out of stock, highlighted, and it takes up the entire fucking sign space. It happens. It really does. I guarantee you that people are going to overlook this shit and apply and get absolutely trolled and their time wasted. And it really just shows the character of the management here. It's shitty. It's really shitty to do. I understand that you are looking for help, but this is definitely not the way to go about it. The sign should really read, "We're assholes. Come work with us so we can belittle you and pay you dog shit money and make you feel like shit." That sounds like proper wording to me. Moving on to the next post here, we have another picture. It's actually a letter given to this employee from their job, and the title is, "Did everything right and worked my ass off this year. A true slap in the face." So this person gets a letter. It's simply saying thank you for all your hard work, and please accept this bookmark as a small token of gratitude, and best wishes to you and your loved ones. Yeah, I mean, that's great. At least they're showing some appreciation, but to just give them a bookmark for a year's worth of hard work is definitely a slap in the face. I'd actually call it a kick to the twig and giggleberries here, because it really is just shitty. I don't understand why all these businesses think that, oh, we're just gonna give you a letter or just this little piece of shit paper or whatever the fuck they give you, or a pat on the back, rather than actually like compensating you for all of that hard work and dedication, especially if they're having a great year as a business where they're making record profits and all this stuff, and all they want to do is just say, hey, thanks for making us a lot of money. You're not going to see any of this, but thank you a lot for all of your hard work. It really does irk me when I see shit like this, because there are a lot of places that like to make you think that you're appreciated when in reality you definitely are not. They like to do shit like this and make it seem like you are worth it and that you are appreciated. They want to make you think that, oh, you're doing a great job, you're definitely going to benefit from this. No. The only ones that are going to benefit from your hard work are the bosses and the managers here. There are a lot of places that do it, and they do shit like this. They'll have record profits and you will not see any of that. Your pay will remain the same. Shit, it might even go down. They might even cut pay just for their own gain. And it really is sad to see, and that it happens so often. And again, it is definitely a slap in the face. I agree. On to the last post here, and this one was pretty interesting to say the least. The title is, "I went to take a quick pee on the clock and my boss followed me into the washroom and stood behind me at the urinal with his arms crossed, waiting for me to finish." So this poor soul here has a boss that is very compassionate and understanding and really cares about his employees' well-being. He had to go to the bathroom and walk by his manager's office, and his manager got up, followed him into the restroom, and basically watched him take a piss. So this boss is so shitty that he basically doesn't want his employees to take bathroom breaks because that's going to interfere with production. He micromanages everyone to that extent. So you know he's a real piece of work. He's definitely a great guy. I guarantee you he fucking sits at his desk and fucking just reads emails and joins conference calls throughout the day, and then that's his day. I just imagine that someone like this who micromanages their employees this much and gets pissed off at them for the littlest things has a super sad life. His wife is fucking the neighbor. His kid hates him. He has a big truck to compensate for his microscopic pee-pee. Just someone who needs a ton of validation by treating their employees like dog shit. And there are so many of these bosses out there. They get pissed off about the littlest shit. I've dealt with people like this in the past. I've never had a boss go to this extent to try and shame me for just having human body functions. What the fuck do you want him to do? Piss his pants? I guess next time he should just go and shit on your desk if you don't want him to use the goddamn bathroom. Like, the fuck do you expect him to do? It is truly unbelievable that people are out there that act this way and are in charge of other people. It's really scary to think about that there is a lot of people like this. I really hope that this guy quits his job, and when he does, he just walks into his boss's office and just pisses on everything in there, because that would definitely be the most fitting way to quit. And that rounds up this batch of posts. I do want to take a quick minute to acknowledge something here. I just want to apologize if my videos or my voice sound irregular compared to other people on YouTube. I am someone who does not script their videos, so that might be why you'll find that I repeat stuff or I just say weird shit, or I don't script my stuff. I want to sound as natural as can possibly be, just because I just want to do that. I just want to sound natural when I'm doing these videos, because that's just my way of going about it. I may sound kind of shitty when I do them and it's not all perfectly laid out like other people's videos, but it's something that I'm working on. But I just wanted to acknowledge it and let people know, like, that's the reason why I may sound that way. But it is a work in progress. I'm doing the best I can, but I think this is the way that I want to keep doing it, because again, I just want to sound as natural as I can be. And on that note, that's it for me. Thank you to everyone who took the time to watch this video. I do truly appreciate it. But yeah, that's it. Take it easy, guys.